Welcome to Legal Tech AI. Today we're breaking down Lucy versus Zehmer, one of the most famous contract law cases about intent, offer, acceptance, and objective manifestation. Here's the story. Lucy wanted to buy Zehmer's farm. One evening, Lucy and Zehmer were at a restaurant, and they discussed the sale of the farm. Zehmer wrote an agreement on the back of a restaurant receipt or napkin stating that he agreed to sell the farm to Lucy for $50,000. Zehmer later argued that he was joking and that the agreement was not serious. He claimed the whole thing was made in jest and that he never actually intended to sell the farm. But Lucy believed the agreement was real. He treated it as a valid contract and sued to enforce the sale. Now let's break it down in IRAC issue. The issue is whether a valid contract was formed when one party later claimed he was joking, even though his words and actions appeared serious. Rule. The rule is that contract formation is judged by an objective standard, not by a party's secret hidden intent. This means the court looks at what a reasonable person would believe based on the outward words, conduct, and circumstances of the parties. A valid contract generally requires offer, acceptance, consideration, and mutual assent. Mutual assent means both parties appear to agree to the same deal. This is sometimes called a meeting of the minds, but courts usually measure it objectively. Now let's move into the analysis phase. Here, Zehmer wrote out the agreement, included the price, identified the property, and signed the writing. His wife also signed it. The discussion lasted for a significant amount of time, and the agreement looked serious on its face. Even if Zehmer secretly thought he was joking, his outward conduct made it reasonable for Lucy to believe that Zehmer intended to sell the farm. The court focused on objective intent, not Zehmer's private thoughts. In contract law, what matters is not what someone secretly meant in their mind. What matters is what they said, wrote, signed, and communicated to the other party. Finally, let's look at the conclusion. The court held that the agreement was enforceable. Zehmer's claim that he was joking did not defeat the contract because his outward actions showed a serious agreement. The key takeaway is this. In contract law, objective intent controls. If your words and actions would make a reasonable person believe you agreed to a contract, you may be bound, even if you later say, "I was only joking." Follow and sign up for Legal Tech AI for more law school case briefs, IRAC breakdowns, and contract law study tools.